Hello, beautiful Earthlings. Thank you all so much for tuning in for our monthly video on the energies. Here we are in September. So fast, the movement is taking place despite this big retrograde we just ended. The summer months just went like that. So hopefully you all made it out of retrograde safe and sound. I'm going to go over what's taking place, what's coming, what to look forward to, and what's the theme of the month. Those of you that don't know me, I am Elaine Rodriguez, also known as Light of Elaine. Here in North Carolina, I own the LOE Healing Facility in Clayton, and we are the Love Over Everything practitioner facility to help you awaken to your higher self and just embrace your healing journey by holding space for you. And we have all kinds of cool events, so definitely check my website link below just to see what we have going on, both virtually and in person. Okay, so the Mercury retrograde was very interesting. I know we're still in the shadow, but I want to first start by regrouping and resetting ourselves. And now that we're in Virgo season, what better time than to begin to reground and recenter in this beautiful earth sign that is all about healing energy, all about just connecting to the earth and the goddess energy of the Virgo Virgin. So let's connect for a moment, regroup, recenter, just connect to breath. I'm going to sound this Tibetan bowl just to get us more centered. Beautiful. Hopefully it translates well to the other side. Thank you all for joining. So here we are. We are in the beginning of September. Today is the 1st, and we've already been in Virgo season for about a week now. And it's very interesting because it's like all of the fire that we experienced with Leo and the Lionsgate portal, we're now seeing the effects of that now. Today, on September 1st, we have a big astrological event. Uranus, the planet of great awakenings and change, is retrograde now in Taurus. So we've been in Saturn retrograde for a few months now, so you've noticed that there's a lot of lessons being brought up to the surface for us to finally look at and no longer avoid. And it's always like to get us in a more higher state, a more evolved place in our lives, even though we don't like to look at the lessons. But that is the higher purpose of these retrogrades, to actually make us better by reviewing and revising and recollecting back. So Uranus retrograde begins today, and we are already in Saturn retrograde. So what does that mean? Uranus, the great awakener, which is ruled by Aquarius, you're going to see a lot of things just spur the moment, surprises, along with the lessons to catapult you forward. So it's in the sign of Taurus right now. I believe it's like the 29th degree. It's going to connect more with matters of finances, matters of home, matters of love. Right now, Venus, the planet of love, is in Libra, which is also connected to Taurus because they both rule the planet of love and money. So Venus is actually in a good place right now, and that component is going to charge forward. So it's going to stir things up. The Uranus retrograde is happening, I believe, till like mid-January. So we have some time with this retrograde, just as we do with the Saturn retrograde, which I believe ends in November, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm almost positive. So we're going to look at what we've been learning the past few months, and now the energy is going to shake things up. So we also have a new moon in Virgo tomorrow evening. Actually, no, Monday evening. Wait, today is... I'm an air sign, guys, so excuse me. This is Labor Day weekend. So today is Sunday. Tomorrow is Monday, which we all hopefully have off, those of you out there working regular jobs. So tomorrow evening into Tuesday, the 2nd and the 3rd, is the new moon in Virgo. So there's an energy of resetting. And some of us like react more to new moons versus full moons. I typically do connect more to the new moons because it's like that energy of like, we got to scrape everything clean and try another cycle again to start anew. So Virgo has the critical eye. Virgo loves details. Virgo wants us to be healthy. Virgo wants us to clean up our act. So it's almost like we're now like not nesting, but we're figuring the stuff out that we need to handle our business and move forward. So the Uranus Retrograde is going to help that. Also, another big astrological event is the planet of Pluto, which is also in retrograde, has been moving back and forth between Capricorn and Aquarius now for the past year. It's been in Aquarius for some time, so we've had a big taste of what that looks like for us with the whole AI movement, with all the shifts in technology, with this progressive era where like we don't really have to do as much. It's like everything is available to us in 2 seconds, but we're still closing out stuff that happened the last 15 years since 2008 when Pluto was in Capricorn. So now it is in retrograde, moving back to the last degrees again in Capricorn, just to show you something else that you need to close out from the past 15 years before it officially goes into Aquarius permanently for the next 15 to 20 years. So when they say like this whole age situation, this is now prime shifting into this age of Aquarius because we're going to be in there for some time. So think about like the way you lived your life the past 15 years. What else is closing itself out? You may have dodged a bullet this past Mercury retrograde. You may have discerned more about what you're ready to move into. And I'm getting a download right now. So as impatient humans that we are, we sometimes want to just solely focus on the end results. I work with a lot of people, and we as women like to know what's going to happen, especially like those with like that are single and are trying to discern, am I wasting my time with this person? Is this person good for me? And we need to be where we are and appreciate the ride and the lessons. And we also need to not become so obsessed with what's going to happen, and learn that it is the journey, it is the being in the present that is truly the gift and the only thing that we can control. But the message that I'm hearing is in regards to us wanting this outcome, and sometimes we have big dreams and we can't get from point A to point Z or 0 to 100. There has got to be a graduation that takes place. So allow your spirit to graduate, because we're about to enter eclipse season. You're like, stop it, Lane. This is insane, because there's so much happening, but for the good. As long as you're surrendering and allowing yourself to be driven and rolling with it, you'll be fine. So the thing that I want to drive home is We're so obsessed of what it's going to look like, what is the big dream that we're after, but there's steps that have to happen along the way before you can get there. So we have to take that anxiety and really bring it back home, center ourselves during this beautiful Virgo season, and see what the universe is driving you to. So Virgo is also a feminine earth sign. So now we need to be in that feminine flow and not be afraid of where we're being driven. Yes, we need that masculine direction and action energy, but let the currents drive you through and you'll see where you're meant to be. Sometimes when we're obsessed or when we overstress and think about something, we're actually blocking our blessings. So right now we're in that position. Lion gates opened up. We closed that Mercury retrograde. Uranus is here to awaken us some more with the retrograde, along with our pattern planet Saturn, who's disciplining the heck out of us. Pluto is now going through a new shift in a new direction and is closing out some final chapters with the last 15 years in Capricorn. And boom, but then we have a lunar eclipse in Pisces on September 17th. So it's the full moon energy, and we are now being more and more awakened spiritually. I'm sure you've seen so many of us out there. I know when I started my practice close to 6 years ago, I was like in the closet Reiki practitioner in the Bible Belt of Clayton and the Triangle area. And now it's like everyone's coming out like, hi, I'm a healer. And everyone's doing events, and that shows that people are awakening and people are transcending, and we don't need to be in the closet. We don't need to be hiding, because now they're more connected to their consciousness. They're not following like just what the programming is. We have so much inside of us, and we are leaving this era of the patriarchal masculine era. We are now connecting to our higher selves and are in flow, and it's so beautiful to see the amount of people that have awakened. But you also want to discern where you are and where you need to be and what you're moving through. So the best thing that you can do is just work on yourself and your journey. So I'm going to pull some cards, but there's also a couple more things I want to share. So Mars is moving into Cancer. Then we have that eclipse in Pisces, so it's like water. And Mars gets very impatient because Mars is the planet of action, war, and sex, and it's that masculine energy. So it doesn't like hanging out in Cancer, but it's also letting us deep dive more in our emotions. And with the full moon in Pisces on September 17th, you're going to feel a lot of movement internally, trying to move out through you. So it's another closure energy later this month. Next month, we will have the solar eclipse energies, another eclipse that is going to come through. And we're going to move into Libra season. And it's going to be more of a new start, a new beginning with the autumn equinox. And Libra is a beautiful energy. It's also very balanced and very connected. So it's going to like really bring us to the next level of harmonization. And you're going to feel this chapter start for you officially by the end of the month. We're still sorting through all the details right now with Virgo. So be where you are and allow yourself to be led where you are meant to be. And a bunch of papers just fell from the printer. Okay, so here we go. Let's pull some cards. Let's check out some themes. And we'll take it from there. Hope you all had a wonderful summertime. And I know people are getting those last bit of vacation in. So they want us to focus on pleasure, those last moments, which is ongoing, the divine goddess energy. You need to review the people that need to go out of your life, especially what you learned during the Mercury retrograde. There was some deception that you may have experienced, either with a colleague, a partner, or just a friend. We're no longer going to be in that survival mode. This is also harvest time. We are now seeing more of the fruits of our labor come through. Yeah, so don't be afraid to release people so that you can really enjoy what you've created for yourself. I'm going to pull one more thematic card, and then I'm going to move into more of the other. So making peace with your shadow is going to be a big theme now that we're approaching the darker season and the fall, along with the winter that's coming. So making peace with your shadow. So you see how the hands are connected. Making compromise. And Libra season is going to be great for that, because that's during October, and we're really starting to see how we need to make things right. And even those that deceived us or messed around, just be where you are and just see them for what it is, rather than trying to either change something or be inflicted by it. The old self may have been very impacted if something like that happened in the past, but now you're moving through the times. So there's a big quote I want to think about, when I think of this. Love everything, but be attached to nothing. And attachment to outcomes is a very hard thing, and I know I brought it up before, but just making peace with what is. The faster we accept what is, the faster we'll move forward in our journey. Wheel of Fortune. So everything can come out through different ways, and it is our time to see which ways that we're going to go and allow to be taken to the most aligned destination at the time. And not be afraid of making mistakes, because sometimes we're like, oh, I want to make sure because I don't want to make another mistake. But it is during the alleged mistakes that we grow and learn. So embrace the errors, embrace the mistakes, embrace the learnings. So we have also the King of Pentacles that is in reverse, and you are now seeing that if you're not open to what's possible, you're going to block your blessing. So be open, because there's going to be a lot of shifts and a lot of unexpected twists and turns during this time. You're going to get new messages from people about how to proceed. There are people around you right now that may want to catapult you forward, or be that spark of energy to drive you into your new path. You have to trust this information and allow the movement to catapult through you. And I get random general messages. I don't know who needs to hear what message. And the point of the matter is that you could be going through something right now, and it could even just be one sentence or two sentences that we share that really does connect you to something that you need to hear at this time. So yeah, it's a new beginning, a new season. Ace of Pentacles, we're now constructing something new based on the lessons that we've learned from the past. And you have to allow that to come through. Don't block your blessings. There's so many ways to go about it. And I know sometimes we feel stuck, but it's always a way out. There's always a way out from any situation. and also the mental prison that we put ourselves in based on all that we've been in the past. It becomes more and more familiar to us. So we have the Hermit and the Hierophant. So you're going to have moments, and that's in tarot that actually the Hermit is Virgo, who likes to go home and stay inward, and Virgos tend to be more homebodies and do a lot of introspection. The Hierophant is like the spiritual leader, the connection to your higher self. So there are going to be moments that you're going to need. We don't always need to be active in order to be productive. We actually can achieve a lot in those yin moments where we're self-reflective and we're moving through things. So you're going to see that it is during the silence, it is during those moments that you take time for yourself, where you can co-create with the universe. Virgo's big on creation and ideas. So allow those moments to filter through you to create this part of you, this new embodiment of this energy that is moving through us. I don't know why I keep hearing the word catapult. So I'm hoping that this Uranus retrograde isn't going to be too spicy. But just be ready for sudden surprises that you did not expect. The Great Awakener. So I'm Aquarius, and that's my ruling planet is Uranus. So I can definitely connect to that energy. Meditate and contemplate. This is the time to go inward and see what you want. And in tomorrow evening's new moon, consider, a ritualistic activity where you're sitting down, connecting with a candle, some journaling, and really writing out what you desire, and very specific, because this is a Virgo, so we want to be specific and detailed. Sometimes we end up manifesting what we want, but we'll miss a certain thing. You're like, oh, I forgot to add that. And that doesn't mean that it's going to happen tomorrow, but it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's just letting go of when it's going to happen. Okay, so nothing is set in stone. This reminds me of that Uranus energy. You're going to feel like, okay, don't attach to anything because you might be redirected somewhere else. Prosperity lies ahead. This is also going to bring about, if you've been doing the work, if you've been doing the lessons, you've been applying the lessons that you learned, the universe will reward you with more blessings and more prosperity. It's just how it is. Let's see what the Archangel deck from Kyle Gray has to say. Our beloved angels. Let's see. We got Shamwell. Relationship assignments. No one crosses your path by chance. Now it's time for you to see the deeper reason of why the people are in your life. Everyone is here for a reason. Embrace what they're here to show you. They're a part of your journey. They're not bad. They're not here to hurt you. They're here to show you so you can rise higher. Yes, we need to discern who we allow in, but we can't respond from a state of victimhood that people are out to get us. And just know that everything serves its higher purpose. Faith. She's a counterpart of one of the angels. Moving mountains. Trust the ability to create miracles. The impossible is becoming possible. So those of you out there that have lost hope or feel like you're at the end of your string, and you're holding on for dear life, remember that before every breakthrough, there is a breakdown leading you to your breakthrough. I'm going to just pull one more. And we have Raphael. He's one of my archangels I work with during my healing work. So we have, be willing to see things differently, to initiate the healing and experience wholeness. So what if what didn't happen was happening for you? What if the person that came into your life that deceived you is here to bring you to higher elevation? What if that position you didn't get because you were meant to be in a better, bigger position? Sometimes what we want is not enough for us, and we need to surrender with what is for us. And we have guides, we have angels, we have divine source energy, we have universal consciousness. And what if whatever closed door happened was to bring you to a bigger place? Just connect and tune in to your inner spirit and your inner lights. And I just want to close with a bumper sticker that I saw the other day where we work. Not to spoil the ending, but everything's going to be okay. Much love to you all. Happy September. Thank you for tuning in. Please comment about what you wish to bring in this Virgo season. And much love to you all. Don't forget to check out the offerings. Thank you so much for being here if you made it to the end. Much love.